Hi guys, Kevin here. Well, I finally have a copy of MXGP2, so we're going to be checking out the stage here from the USA, Glen, Helen, and as you can see, it is one hell of a stage. Lots of sharp inclines and descents, full of action. Right then, so we're going to choose our starting lane. All these are full up. Let's have a look. All these are full up. Oh, that's just great. So they give the illusion of choice, but in actual fact you only have the one there. Let me think. Shall I go for this one at the end here? So all the riders lining up there, and some impressive looking animations there. And the Monster Energy Girl gets us off and underway. So at the start then, we're going to pull the clutch. We're going to lean forward on the throttle, and away we go. So on the outside, I'm going to stick on the outside. Not going to be tempted to go for the inside here and end up falling off. So around the outside we go, this long sweeping lovely turn, this leaning forward towards the end there, gets me up into 5th place, into a sharp left here on the rear brakes, and into this lovely sort of ascent. Look at that, very steep, look at those angles, wow. And around here, and because we've gone up, of course, what goes up must come down, so here we are, downhill section, lots and lots of speed down here, great stuff. And again, very tight turn at the end, and look at this again, a massive hill climb here, topped off by a massive jump. We were going to go for this one, leaning back, and look at that air, beautiful. So in 3rd place then, medium difficulty this is on, and I'm using the medium physics, simply because I haven't played a motocross game in years, so I'm going to sort of slowly get myself back into it. No doubt I'll be on the pro physics in no time though. I am using the manual brakes, so rear and front brakes controlled individually, and I'm also controlling the rider's weight, that's on manual. The bike itself is the Suzuki RMZ450WS, not exactly rolling off the tongue there, that's a MXGP bike. This is an MXGP race, of course. So big jump at the end there, trying to get the whip, and failing spectacularly there. So leaning back on these little bumps, it's the fastest way over, and a bit of rear brake around here. Very bumpy section, of course, into this area here. You can go on the inside or the outside all the way through there. So we're approaching the finish line then, so now we're on lap 2 of 3 as I close down on the lead rider. Oh, a little bit of contact there, and he goes in front, under pressure from the 3rd place as well now. So through this tricky left-hander. So on medium difficulty, I probably should have put this up to the higher difficulty, but maybe for the next video we'll try it out and see how it goes. So yeah, I mean the big jumps I tend to lean back, and also for the small bumps as well, you should lean back. That should be the fastest way through. On the big jumps you can do the whip, which is where the biker throws the sort of back end of the bike out, and that just gives you sort of less air time and makes you faster overall. So you know, there's front and rear brakes as well, so there's quite a bit there to keep you busy. It does take a little bit of time to get used to all the various controls. There's a lot going on at once if you want to be quick, so you know, it can be a bit overwhelming at first, but you know, stick with it and you soon get used to it. Oh, going slightly wide there, prompting a reset. You know, sometimes the game does reset you. You know, you feel it's unnecessary. You don't, you know, if you haven't been off the track far enough, you feel that you can recover yourself, but sometimes the reset kicks in and you have no choice but to sort of start again from a standstill. And again, this tight left here, front brakes and then rear brakes. And there's a tricky section here, very easy to go off the track here. You have to make sure you get all the jumps lined up. And again here, it's easy to overshoot. So 2nd place, trying to close on the 1st place rider. You know, it's not the easiest of games. You know, this is the medium difficulty setting after all, so you know, I am struggling somewhat to sort of keep up with the leader. So it offers a reasonable challenge. I'm checking out the hard difficulty and see how that goes. And there you go, a lovely scrub or whip as it's known. But, you know, the whips are sort of hit and miss. Sometimes they come off perfectly, sometimes no, so I imagine I'm doing something wrong there. So then my early impressions on MXGP2, very good. You know, it's lots of fun. I mean, you know, this track was awesome. You know, as soon as I saw this track with the steep sort of hill climb sections and the sort of descents, you know, I thought, wow, this is awesome. and you know, the track surfaces do vary, the track, you know, the colours and everything. Visually, you know, I think it looks pretty good. I think some track surfaces might look better than others, but compared to the preview version, this may look a little bit better. It's hard to say at the moment. So once again, approaching this lovely right-hander, you can get a lot of speed up, especially the latter half of the turn. You can lean in and turn in sharper. It's on the third lap now, coming around this tight left into the sort of hill climb section again. And yeah, lots of fun. You know, there's a lot going on. So it may look like you just sort of squirting the gas and then hitting the brake and just turning and that's it. But no, it's nothing like that. You're constantly shifting your weight forward, back. You're using your rear brakes. You're using front brakes. You know, you're lining up the whips on the big jumps. You know, there's a lot going on. So it certainly will keep you busy mentally. So yeah, it's very far from boring. Put it that way. There's a lot going on here. It might not look obvious at the first, but yeah, you're sort of wrestling with the controls, and you know, it's a lot of fun. So just trying to keep it in the middle of the jumps there. Here you have to go to the right hand side, and here again just slightly to the right. Oh, I've overcooked that, and straight into the sign. Beautiful. Oh well, it's always a risk when you've got all these advertisement signs very close to the edge of the track. You know, once or twice you're bound to sort of slap into them as we get over this big jump. I just held back a little bit on the throttle this time, just so I can have a smaller jump and see if I could increase my speed. So big jump here, we're going to go for the whip. Oh yes, that's how it's done. And I was probably so happy with getting the whip there, and that I lacked the concentration and end up hitting the sort of edge of the track there, as I'm under pressure for second place now. The third place rider is right up my backside. So I go through this tricky section here. Oh, we're approaching the finish then. So we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll have more on MXGP2 coming up very shortly.